Hello again, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. In the last episode, we survived a fight with a kaiju robot. In this episode, as we discovered last episode, we're going to kind of do some in-between stuff, as well as try to figure out how to get to Ixataka. But first, let's make a complete joke out of the black pirates that and of course, since we got a Captain Stripe off of Beleza last time. Alright here. Since we're in Maramba, I'm actually going to go do a couple things. First off, let's edit Drachma's equipment. And get that equipped. Go talk to this young gentleman. And on top of that, I'm going to go purchase some things from the local store. Something you might want to go ahead and do while you're here. Talk to this lady, it'll come into play later. You are a sailor, are you not? I can tell by your smell. You sailors are nothing but trouble. I had a daughter, but she fell in love with this sailor who drifted into town one day. The next thing I knew, she ran off with this good-for-nothing sailor and left me here to run this shop by myself. I have not heard from her since. She's probably lying dead in a gutter somewhere by now. Keep that in mind for later. Go into the item shop. And we want to buy about 4 glyphs of might. 1 glyph of speed. And I'd say about 4 healing salves. Thank you! Ouch! Farewell. I'm not exactly sure what his deal is. But, yeah. Alright. On top of that, I am going to give Drachma his second super move. Spirit Charge. Actually surprisingly helpful, but really what I'm wanting to do is fill out Drachma's super move roster sooner than later. Stay in the inn, and I'm going to do something that may preemptively run the deathless run. So, despite my better efforts, I'm going to make sure I have a backup save file here. But ultimately, it really isn't the end of the world if this gets ruined. This is just kind of the best chance I have of it. Alright. Now, I don't know if you remember, but there was a bounty, Rupee of the Larso clan. This is where you'll find that bounty. Hey, isn't that one of the guys on the wanted list of the Sailors Guild? Talk to him. You have the look of a sailor about you. Today is your lucky day. We're feeling generous, so we'll leave all your money and we'll let you live. Do not attempt to resist. We are the legendary air pirates of the Larso clan. So, you're Rupee Larso, eh? Good timing. We were just looking for you. You made quite a name for yourself, robbing innocent sailors and all. As blue rogues, we cannot sit idly by and let you continue like this. You're quite brave for such a small boy. Well then, shall we battle here and get it over with? No, wait. There's no need to cause needless destruction at the city. Meet me at my ship. We can fight on the deck. Out in the open, eh? Very well. Lead the way. I am Vice of the Blue Rogues. Rupee Larso, prepare to defend yourself. You are truly a brave little boy. However, you are mistaken about one thing. I am not Rupee Larso. I'm going to dial back on the accent on this one since they kind of already gave him one. Master Rupee, it is time to do battle. Please come out here. Barda, you know I hate fighting. Master Rupee, you are the head of the Larso clan. You should not say things like that. There are enemies present. Now that your father has passed away, you are a leader. You must be strong. This little runt is their leader? I heard that the leader of the Larso clan was a giant. I guess I shouldn't believe everything I hear. What did you say? How dare you speak of Master Rupee like that? You shall pay for your insolence. I shall crush your skulls like so many loquat berries. Like loquat berries? Barda, why do you have to be so graphic? It makes me sick to my stomach. Master Rupee, I was just trying to put fear into them. Be strong. We are about to do battle.
Prepare yourselves.
Now, put your back into it. We must show them the true power of the Larso clan. Alright, so this is Rupee Larso and his bodyguard, Barda. Now, the bounty battles are particularly tough. And not only are they tough, but up to a fault, they actually scale relative to your level. So just grinding and coming back later may not always be beneficial. And fun story that, remember how I mentioned Recumen, how I mentioned his defense was extraordinarily high, or I had an alternate theory? This is my alternate theory. I believe his defenses scales relative to your level as well, as it's not listed on the wiki. Which is probably why I couldn't bring him down to 0 HP at level 99. Now, the thing is, okay, so as their builds would suggest, Barda is the brawn, and Rupee is kind of the healer. Now, most JRPG specialists say, okay, so we take out Rupee first, except you have to think of the dynamic a little inverse to the normal. Not only is Rupee kind of afraid of fighting, but Barda's the type of guy who will go into a blind rage over his master's image. Rupee won't go too far out of his way to heal Barda, but Barda will make sure that Rupee's alive at all costs. So, contrary to popular belief, you actually want to make a point of it to go for Barda first. Now, I got these Glyph of Mights specifically to protect to kind of increase the chances of survival here, and reduce my chance of preemptively ending a deathless run. I'm definitely going to go for our most vulnerable member, Fina, first, as it does increase attack and defense by 25. Delta Shield is vital here. I'm going to protect with Fina, and I'm going to use Spirit Charge with Drachma. This is basically combining a focus and a defense into one move. So I'll kind of show you what that does here in a second. A lot of this fight is going to be a considerable amount of setup. Obviously, dude can hurt a little bit. And this is almost always how Rupee himself will start off, by using Inkram on Barda. So... Alright, now, once again... going to use another Glyph of Might on Aka, Delta Shield. We're going to use Lunar Blessing with Fina and Spirit Charge with Drachma. Lunar Blessing particularly does have the advantage. It is like a healing salve for everyone. And actually, I do think it is... I can't remember if it or the healing salve is better, but I do want to know that for a fact, Lunar Blessing heals 200 HP per turn. Healing salve will heal 500. Or I can't remember. I think healing salve either heals 150 or like 300. I can't remember. And thankfully, Barda hasn't done his legendary charge yet. And like I said, pretty much Delta Shield's going to be extraordinarily vital. Alright, here. Glyph of Might on Drachma. And we are going to tackle Barda. And here we go. So the next turn after he does this, he is going to unleash a rather big attack. So, and thankfully I've got Drachma retrofitted with a purple affinity weapon, so it should do significant damage to Barda. As you can see, it is going to be a little bit of a long one. Alright. Finally want to use the last Glyph of Might on Vice. Delta Shield, Defend, and then Spirit Charge. And here we go. It's gonna hurt a little bit. It is also worth noting that if Rupee is low health while Barda is alive, he actually does something that is like, he kind of goes into a bit of a desperate mode himself. And now our Glyph of Speed. And this is basically like using the Quicka line of spells. This will increase everyone's speed for a while. I'm going to use the Crystales box now on Barda.
Here goes. Here goes.
And as you can see, even though Barda's own life is in danger, he isn't going to waste his time healing himself. He's going to go after Rupee. Nor is Rupee interested in healing Barda. So, how's you?
Here goes. Take that.
Yeah. That's good.
So he took well.
Yes, that. Alright.
I put him in a trance. Back on.
Yeah, back on. Yeah. But now we're kind of finally, like, the fight is basically a gimme at this point, because, well, only Rupee's sticking around, and he will do nothing other than cast spells. As you can see, I am confident enough to attack him even with Fina.
Over there.
Like I said, he does have an attack if Barda's still around and he's at low health, but that threat is outright gone. Alright. Let's see here. And now...
You should tell me, my wife loves making fun of this like weird noises they make.
So I don't know if you guys caught that, but my wife's seen me play this game on more than a handful of occasions, and she's definitely heard Aka use the beginning stage of Delta Shield on more than a handful of occasions. So she's taken to kind of poking fun at it. So that if you hear me chuckling, that's why. Yep. She just told me every time she walks in the ruin, she hears it. Ha! So, just kind of a funny little tidbit right there.
I don't like her. I like being.
Yeah. Yeah, she also is not a big fan of Aka. For someone who accused Beleza of leaving the mentally undressing challenge of not a very long task, she isn't doing herself a whole lot of favors. Unbelievable! The mighty Larso clan has been defeated! Barda, that's why I said we shouldn't pick fights like that in the first place. What's wrong, Rupee? You don't like being an air pirate? Not really. I actually can't stand the sight of blood. Makes me queasy. So, if Naruto and Dr. Martin taught me anything, Doctor is well within the realm of possible career choices. I'd much rather stay in town with my mom and make carpets. In fact, my mother told me that the carpets I made for her sold quickly and people are asking for more of my designs. Master Rupee! But what will happen to the Larso clan? What will happen to its legacy? Something tells me Dad was a fierce pirate and he didn't approve of Kiddo's carpet making habits either. Well, the man has to follow his dreams. If he doesn't want to be an air pirate, then what's the point, right? I'm the son of an air pirate too, and I'm sure if I didn't want to follow in Dad's footsteps, I wouldn't have, but this is the life I chose. Not the angle I would have gone with, but... Rupee, if there's something else you'd rather do, then do it. If you don't, you'll probably regret it for the rest of your life. Really? So I can go back to the carpet store and make carpets with my mom? Of course, nothing is more important than your dreams. Remember that.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do my best. Master Rupee, what are you doing? Now you stay out of this. We beat you fair and square, so if Vice says Rupee can make carpets, then Rupee is gonna make carpets, okay? Barda, let's make carpets together. I won't run away from this. Barda might. I'll see you around then, Rupee. We've got many things to do and many things to see, but good luck with your carpets.
Yeah.
Thanks, I may not have been a very good air pirate, but in the name of the Larso clan, I'm gonna make the best carpets ever. Yep. Let's see, what are my levels at? I'm fairly confident I can take out the other optional boss. That's gonna be a problem. But let's talk to this young lady first. Get our health up. And I can't remember, but I want to think... No. I didn't see a Captain Striper there. But I saw... Yes, a Piranha Seed. Now, Fina and Aika really aren't much in the way of attackers. Aika could potentially benefit from it, actually. And yes, I actually think I am going to use it on Aika. And we've upgraded Cupel to the Cubicone. Alright, and we're gonna go here, talk to our Sailors Guild man. See if our wanted list has gone up. Not yet. Alright, I'm going to talk to our ship guy here. So, we're going to buy... We can buy a torpedo. I actually don't usually do that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy 3 steel decks, beef up my ship's defense. And then Apple Wax, get about 2 of those. And I'd say about maybe 10 deluxe kits should cover me. I'm gonna sell some stuff once again. Keep these 3, they can't have their benefits. Gonna get rid of the 3-inch, the standard, and the 3 armored decks. And recoup some of that. Alright. And then we're going to make our way over to near Sailor's Island. Since that went well enough. Alright, what we want to do is... I'm going to get myself a proper keyboard in. Actually, I do want to get a controller to kind of upgrade this at some point. I want to ask you guys, I know that there's like the Nixie controller that's compatible reportedly with the GameCube, the Switch, and the, oh gosh, brain think. The PC. I wanted to see if you guys thought that was any good and if it does work with the PC, because that would be one I'd love to get, especially if I do manage to find like a Wii that's working, or can get someone that can repair mine at a reasonable price. So what we're going to do is we're going to go line ourselves up roughly with Sailor's Isle and just kind of go Sailor's Island and go straight west. We're going to keep going until we see a ship. It's going to be like a purple ship. There we go. That's our ship. I don't know if you remember, but in a prior episode we got issued a black spot. That is attached to this optional boss fight right here. But it is necessary for the Vice the Legend status. You're the one that put that black spot and called me out here. Yes, you are correct. You've been quite the popular air pirate around these parts lately, you know. However, I cannot sit idly by while air pirates fly the skies freely and do as they please. My name is Piastel. I am a bounty hunter, and I specialize in finishing off air pirates. I am feared amongst even the most hardened air pirates. They have dubbed me the Angel of Death, back when that nickname was created. And the angel has come for you, Vice. Wow, imagine that. We've actually become famous enough to have real bounty hunters come after us. Oh, grow up, Vice. It's not a good thing when bounty hunters start coming after you, especially ones called the Angel of Death. Hey, we only know her to go by that nickname. We haven't heard anyone else call her that. You seem confident. Perhaps you truly are as strong as they say. I suppose this is why you've been able to stand toe-to-toe with Valua. However, you are still just an air pirate. I'll send you and your mangy crew to the bottom of the clouds.
On board.
And I will go ahead and let you know that this boss is actually extraordinarily tough. I probably actually should have thought to get more glyphs of might. So, my bad. Alright, so this is Piastel. She has a Death Hound. It does have a green affinity. For those curious, give me just a second on that. Let's see. All right. So for those curious, it is actually weak against it appears to be weak against blue and purple. Does more damage to the enemy. Damage to the enemy. Looks like it's actually weak to red and yellow, which is funny because yeah, so I guess I was wrong earlier about the green being strong against yellow. It seems like there is a bit of inconsistency in Alright, Piastel is capable of doing Eternity, and it is worth noting that her Death Hound can also inflict various statuses. So, just be mindful of that. Oh goodness, there's a great spell to start the fight off with. And I went after the wrong target. Okay, but that's not the end of the world. Alright, this. If I have a shot at losing any chance at a deathless run, yeah, there it is. And that is fatigue. That is losing the ability to focus. That is a problematic. Alright, thankfully, Piasta will not use Tempest Dance every turn. So that does play in her favor, our favor a little bit.
This should work.
Okay, alright. We're just gonna... I was ill prepared for that. I think we're gonna come back and do that later.
This should work.
In the meantime... Give me a second with that. Alright, open. So, I was confident I could stock up on more items, but I think this is a little early to be trying at this, so we're just going to go from there. Make sure I've already fought and beaten Rupee. Yep. Alright. It's worth a shot, but we can always take a crack at it later. Or I might just cut this out in post, I'm not certain yet. Alright, so we're going to go towards South Ocean, originally as the game wanted us to. Alright. There we go. This is the item I want. I'm wanting to get at least 2 of these, potentially. I don't think I'll need 3. There are other items I think that'll help me out later down the line. Let's give Aka our Sylvite ring, our first Sylvite ring, actually. Now, like I said, if you do want to stick around and grind until you collect them, 2 might get you through everything you need to. There's a way better item than that later down the line. Alright.
Serves 'em right.
Alright. Listen up, boy. This area is known as South Ocean. It's considered to be one of the most difficult places to sail through. There's a strong crosswind that blows from the west. Nobody has ever successfully sailed through it. But the lands of the Green Moon are through here, right? And besides, we have Beleza's engine now. It's not like we have a chance of don't have a chance of making it through. Perhaps, but my knowledge of this place is limited. You're on your own, boy. This isn't going to be an easy journey. Prepare yourselves for the worst, kids. Alright, here. So, now this is, you're dealing with a lot of wind resistance. The main thing is this place is slow. Try not to lose momentum. You will get pushed back if you do. Alright, I'm trying to remember. There are about roughly about 2 or 3 different discoveries here in this region. One of them is a moderately difficult to find mobile discovery. Alright, these are Gravers. They can cast Eternity, so do be mindful of that. They also have an ability called HP Drain. Technically, I think other than perhaps maybe the first iteration of the enemy we ran into, all of these do have that. They basically just, as the name implies, they suck out your HP and replenish theirs with it. And of course, the Lupulons aren't feeling particularly brave this morning. It's hard. Now, it's a good thing I hit Delta Shield, because outside of boss fights, unless you have a Sylvite ring or something that makes you immune to death, this is a guaranteed insta-kill. Let's see if the Lupulon stays around long enough for me to actually get the kill on it. Good. If you want to know how I actually managed to grind to level 99, there is a sweet spot where before you beat Beleza, you can actually run into these guys kind of in mid-ocean. It's not super likely, but it can happen. And I basically just sat there and used the speed-up feature to actually kind of get to level 99 in about 2 or 3 days. The funny thing is, in doing that, I actually discovered this game has rollover values, because it did not take me long doing that to get Vice the Battle Lord. I lost it, and when I finally got to see there's a guy who lets you know how many enemies you've defeated, I defeated negative 30,000 enemies. My guess is the rollover number is probably 100,000. But, yeah. The game not only has rollover, it stores negative values for some unusual numbers. If anyone ever... I'm curious if somehow, like, maybe one of the programmers for the game ever runs this video, maybe I can get an explanation as for what the reasoning behind that was, because things aren't ever done without a purpose. So there had to be a reason for that. Alright, here. If I'm not mistaken, whenever I do get there, there, you kind of saw it. There was the HP absorb. And I just... That counter bracer can potentially be helpful. It increases your chances of getting off a counterattack. Can't remember if it's on this rock or not. Okay, it's not here. I don't think, anyways. It might be that one over there. Okay, so this one got a little... Usually it's not uncommon to get moderately fortunate with that one, but it can be tricky if you don't. The Kama Rock Legend has it that the Calmer Rock was once an island in South Ocean, thousands of years ago. The winds ripped the island apart and slowly eroded it down over the years to the state that it is in today. Perhaps someday Calmer Rock will no longer exist. So starting this video, because some of the mobile discoveries might get progressively harder to find from this point on, I am actually going to, for those who are okay with it, I will have a link in the description that you can use to look up the map of where all the discoveries are. That is at your own leisure. Just note it does kind of include some light spoilers for later on in the game, though, if you're wanting to go that route. Get an idea of how to track down some of these trickier ones, especially there are ones later on in the game that are really tough to find. Like, okay, it might be this rock over here. Okay, well, if I can get it to cooperate. I swear I remember it being on a rather... I want to think it was before that one. I could be wrong, but... Alright, so... Okay, so we are getting close into... These are E-loopers. Kind of funny naming design right there. They are the green affinity looper. They are stronger than anything we've seen before. Any new area is automatically going to have a stronger iteration of looper. To just kind of assume that. Beak Rock, a natural rock formation sculpted by the constant wind currents of the South Ocean. Many a sailor's story tells of a giant bird flying south, or being attacked by a monstrous beak, but these are most likely based on sightings of this rock. And while I'm thinking about it, heal up the crew. I'm pretty confident it's this one, but I could be wrong. If I don't find it this go around, I might actually wait till the next episode to get a hold of it. Okay. Well, one of these little oddly-shaped islands has a sky anemone. Like I said, I will probably find it in the next episode or later on in the Let's Play. It's not going to be the end of the world if I don't find it now. I just know it is helpful to find for later on down the line. Oh, crap. Okay. Alright, and these little leaves blowing are kind of the sign you're getting close to where you need to be. Alright, here we go. Hey, look, there are leaves blowing in the wind. Which means we're close to land. We finally made it across South Ocean. You have found the Ixataka. Ixataka. Most people on this world do not even know that a continent exists across South Ocean. The discovery of this lush, rich continent with a long history has demonstrated the possibility that even more unknown, undiscovered land may await. Without getting into too much, it's going to be kind of obvious later that this is heavily derived from the Americas, namely Aztec and Mayan era South America. I could delve into a lot of history regarding that, but the basic fundamentals are there. I'm sure these leaves came from Ixataka. Under the light of the green moon, ever since ancient times, the lands of Ixataka have been covered in lush forests. The life-giving green moon has blessed the lands with fertility. Blessed lands, huh? If that's true, I'm sure there are all kinds of delicious things to eat out there. I can see it now. Piles and piles of fruits and vegetables, of all different shapes, sizes, colors, and tastes. Bananas, I believe, are accurate. Depends on what kind of melon that is. Believe it or not, potato. Vice is eating what looks like a potato. That should be accurate. If there's corn there, that would arguably be accurate too. Which, fun fact, potatoes and corn are actually genetically engineered foods. Fun story, that. I bet there are just as many carnivorous monsters roaming around the woods too, preying upon unsuspecting fools who sit there stuffing their faces with fruit. Okay, well, the first time, it's not Aka that has the overactive imagination. Hey, you don't have to crush my hopes like that. If Aka was hungry enough, she'd probably eat the monsters too. Wow. Vice, look what you did! Now you've got Fina doing it! Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any harm. Get to your posts. Get ready to drop anchor.
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye, Captain. As soon as we see Ixataka, we'll look for a spot to land. The Ixataka. Alright, and I know this is a little shorter video than most of mine will probably normally be, but I think this is as good a spot as ever to call it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.